Hello, the comparing team, can you begin, please? Roshna?
Good, um,
Yeah, please, carry on, please, carry on.
good afternoon to one and all present here. Before we begin this wonderful session, let's take a moment to seek divine blessings from the God Almighty. Let's start with a prayer.
Hello, prayer I have already played. Carry on, please. Thank you.
With a heart full of gratitude and excitement, I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you gathered here today. We are honored to have such esteemed guests and experts who will enlighten us on some very relevant topics. First, I take this opportunity to welcome our respected principal, Professor Dr. Joji sir, whose guidance and leadership continue to inspire us. Sir, it's a privilege to have you here. Next, a warm welcome to our distinguished speaker, Anish sir, Assistant Professor from the Department of Mass Education and Journalism, who will be sharing insights on the role of AI classrooms. We also extend a heartfelt welcome to Benedict Sir, who will be guiding us through the qualitative research. A big thank you to all faculty members, students, and participants for being here and making this session meaningful. Now, without any further ado, let us dive into the session. AI is transforming the way we teach and learn, bringing new opportunities and challenges into the classroom. To shed more light into this topic, I invite Anish sir, Assistant Professor from Department of Mass Communication and Journalism. He's an expert in journalism. To invite, I invite you to share his valuable insights. The stage is yours, sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judy sir. Thank you, Roshna. Uh, Welcome to the session to all distinguished academics, research scholars, and dedicated teacher trainees who are attending the session. It's an honor and with profound enthusiasm, I welcome to the session on AI in action, where I will deal with the practical applications in teaching and learning process. As we know, we are increasingly using AI in our day-to-day lives. At least some of you might have started paying the subscription fee to one or the other AI applications, most probably some generative AI tools or some presentation tools, some quizzing apps. So most of you might be students, but those teachers among us might already have started subscribing to these channels and or be regular users of these applications. So right now we can only speculate about what the future will be. We are growing along with the applications and AI systems that are coming up. Last week, I personally started using a new app AI. Most of you might have started or must have heard about Grok AI. The previous couple of weeks ago, we started using DeepSeek, a Chinese app. Grok, incidentally, is from US by uh, the renowned, industrialist and visionary Elon Musk. And we already had OpenAI's ChatGPT. We had the Gemini from Google, and all these big tech companies have come up with so many tools, and all these OpenAI, generative AI tools have been used. The APIs of these tools have been used by numerous applications with very specific artificial intelligence purposes. So there has been a plethora of applications coming up of late, which utilizes these AI systems. So for teaching and our learning process, we have also many applications. which we have been using for at least past 1 or 2 years. Most of you have some experience. At least you will have your WhatsApp and you'll have your Meta, and you'll be asking questions to your Meta AI. So what you heard from me right now is not a very good introduction, right? You heard Roshna speaking in very beautiful English, but suddenly you switched to my English, and you felt I am, here and there I am having issues with communicating. But I could have easily, whatever I could have done is ask the AI to write a beautiful introduction, right? I should have done that, but I didn't do, because what people nowadays, if you see something brilliant, if you see some beautiful, no, anything, for maybe a beautiful speech, even good music, even whatever impeccable work someone is doing, people immediately ask whether AI is involved. Recently, I gave a voiceover to one of our programs held in our college. When the NACPeer team came, we had a cultural evening, and I actually lend my voice to a voiceover for that cultural program. And there were people asking me whether it was AI or whether you actually did it. So whatever we do, people ask us, whether it is AI. If we give a good presentation, they will ask whether it is AI. So this AI thing is actually taking up so much that we will actually want to make some mistakes in our presentations, in our day-to-day transactions, in our official presentations, in our academic deliberations. We'll have to make, here and there we have to make some mistakes in order for the people to think that it is actually a human being talking and not an AI created content that I am delivering to you. Okay, so this happens. So what I'm going to share is about my experience, my process, where my teaching and learning process, and where all I use the AI applications, AI tools to improve my learning, to make my life easier. So increasingly, what happens is that instead of making my life easier, the work increases. Work also increases. I'm able to do more work. That means more work is coming through my way. Okay, so I will right now share my screen with you. George sir, can you make me the co-host so that I can share the presentation? Hello, sir. Hello, Joju sir. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. Okay. So I hope you can see my screen. And so I have opened all my accounts in popular generative AI tools. Then I have the Gamma open. I also have Quizzes, another app that I use, and hopefully I can show you some demos. Okay, some of you might have been already using it. I will explain my process of using it and what all ways we can improve. What all ways I actually improve my classes and other sessions, other activities related to education using these AI apps. So right now my favorite is Grok, the latest kid in the block, and we have Copilot, Gemini, DeepSeek, ChatGPT. Everything is useful in its own way. In some purposes, ChatGPT might work. In other cases, Grok might work. In some other cases, Gemini, for example, if you are using in Google tools, in order to integrate with those tools, Gemini will be useful. And then there is DeepSeek from China, which is really capable. Okay, so recently I had our results came up for the first PG batch, first semester PG results came, and so I had the individual marks of the students. What I did was I just uploaded the individual marks of the students and asked DeepSeek to give me an analysis of the result. So for teachers, we have to do this kind of analysis, right? We have to do the individual student, analysis. How a particular student is faring, in which subjects they are good, what subjects they have gone bad, whether the entire class have been doing bad in one particular subject. So those kind of analysis I was able to do just by uploading the individual grade cards of the students of the first semester. So teachers can utilize these tools. I think I had to do it in. I couldn't do it in one stretch because I had we have 15 students in postgraduate program, and DeepSeek I think only supported 6 documents at a time. So I had to do it in 3 rounds. I first uploaded 6 documents, asked about a review. I gave the category points, which all categories they should, which all factors they should analyze. Then what I did was I added 6 more documents and asked the DeepSeek to include this also in the analysis. Then later I added another 3 more documents, and I could finally get the 15 grade cards. I could upload the 15 grade cards, and I could get a comprehensive result. For this to do, it took less than 5 minutes. If I had to do it manually, it would have taken some time, So with an instant, I could find that which student had a particular issue with one particular subject, or which students fared in total in well in one particular subject, or did they had some issues with one particular subject, and I could communicate with the colleagues and other teachers about the issues. So so it is a very useful process. And when it comes to teaching, these days we all use the Gamma. This is one particular app I am paying right now. I'm paying it. I have subscribed to the Plus version. They also have a Pro version. Then they have a free version. Free version, I think you can make a few presentations. You may have to you limit your number of slides, and you will also have to limit the number of presentations you are doing per day. So free version, I don't think it will work well also. You have to at least subscribe to a Plus version. And if you want to make your life easier, you'll have to go for a Pro version, which comes around ₹1,000 per month. The Plus version, I think it is around 600 per month when you subscribe it annually. Otherwise, you'll have to pay more. Okay. So let's see. So you can see that I have already done so many presentations with the help of Gamma. Gamma actually helps you to simply generate a presentation just by giving a single word. So, but that is not advisable. And as serious academics, as teachers, I don't think that will be useful in any case. Leaving the entire thing to the AI is not desirable. It is better that you give little more instructions to the AI. So one line prompt is possible. You can just ask, for example, practical. So one line prompt, you can change the language to English Indian. Presentation can be in traditional 16:9 format. You're presenting in your smartphones, you can also have the vertical orientation. So the number of cards, number of slides you can add. You can add up to 20 cards in the Plus version. For more than 20 cards, up to 50 cards, you will have to buy the Pro version. But even with this version, Plus version, you can generate more slides. I'll tell you how we can do it. So 20 cards, you generate the outline. They will generate an outline, and from this stage, if you want, you can add things into it. You can edit the presentation. For example, let me see. So they have already generated a outline of the presentation. From there, you can add or delete something. I don't want an example here. You give another example related to your subject. You can edit things. Predictive analytic in education. Okay, you can make editing. You can edit the cards. Then you go for the generating. So it will immediately generate the presentation. You can change the theme. There are many options. You can change the theme. Okay, and you can directly present it from the screen itself. The app itself, you can present. There is option for presenting. So this is how the presentation is still getting ready. Yeah, images have been added. Okay. So in an instant, you have a presentation, but the problem is it is, for example, if I had used Gamma for this particular presentation, I could have done a presentation within 1 or 2 minutes, but the problem is it will not align with what I wanted to speak. It won't cover the points that I want to speak. It won't cover the areas that I am expert in. So we will have to do some more work. Okay, don't think that AI will take over your entire work. You have to work. It will only make your life easier. As I said, don't think that your work will get reduced. You will be working more. You will be generating more output. Okay. So we don't want this presentation. I'm going back. There is another useful method, that is paste a text. So sometimes you will have an outline. Even you will have ideas in your mind. You can give that ideas to, I say, for example, you can give it to one of the AI generative tools, and you can generate an outline. Okay, for example, you know that what all things you have to speak in the presentation. Then you can type the ideas. Okay, you can type in the ideas. Then you can give an outline and generate a text using that outline. So like this, I can go on adding points to that, and then I can generate a base structure using this app. They will give me slide details. I can copy that slide. I can copy this text. I'm not waiting for the AI to complete the thing. I can copy this text, and I can add to Gamma. Okay. And there I can create different cards. A in classroom, that is my title slide. And after that, I can give 3 dashes, 1, 2, 3. So that will generate my first slide. I can break the slides by giving just 3 dashes. Okay. Then I have the introduction slide. And after that, I can give 3 dashes to separate that slide. So slide number 1 is the title slide. Slide number 2 is the introduction. And we have the slide number 3. So after each text, wherever you want to break the slide, wherever you want, how much content you want in a particular slide, you can decide. Okay. Then after that, give 3 dashes, type 3 dashes. So like this, you can convert your text to slides. So for example, so in this way you can create different. For example, now I have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slides. So if I generate now, I will get 6 slides with this corresponding content. Okay, just I'll show you. See, this is my slide 1, slide 2. Even right now I can edit, or I can also add more cards if I want. Okay. Okay, I can add more cards. Then I can go for generate. I can choose the theme and generate. Okay, but paste in text, I found a different application. For example, as I've been teaching for around 10 years now, we as teachers, we have notes, our own notes. We keep on updating notes and we give that to students. So we all have our notes. Okay. See, this is a presentation I generated. And even after generating, I forgot to tell you, even after generating, we can edit the slides. Just as we do in other presentation softwares, we can edit the slides. We can ask this editing also can be done with the help of AI. For example, if you look at the left top corner, you can see edit with AI. There you can prompt, okay? Change the image, show an Indian school. Okay, they will give us a new presentation. Let's see. Yeah, change the image. We can ask AI to change the layout. And also there are other functions like improve writing, check spelling, make the text longer, simplify language. There are other, make this more visual. So there are other options also. So each slide you can manually edit also. Manually edit, and as well as edit with the help of with the AI tools that are available. And in the Pro version, you can edit all slides at one go. The top right corner, just to the right of present button, you can see edit all cards. There you can type in. In order for that function to work, you will need the Pro version. Right now, I am having only the Plus version. Okay, I will have to spend another 400 rupees per month to get the Pro version. If I need that much work, then I will of course have to buy that version. But right now I'm happy with the Plus version. Okay. And even with the Plus version, what I do personally is I'm not satisfied with the work that AI is giving. I actually share the content to my Google Slides, and there I can add more content. I can edit it more. So the base design, I go with the Gamma design, and then I can add more content, and I can add images. I can add my own images. I can add my own text to the final design. I can either export it to PowerPoint or to Google Slides, where I can redesign or re-edit it once again. So always do two things. You have to do a pre-editing, where you have to generate the content, you have to arrange the top content, and also you have to do, whenever you're working with AI, go for proofreading. Always proofread, and also always make sure that you cross-check every information. You check for the bias in the information. You check for factual errors in the information, because sometimes what AI can do is, if they don't know something, they will hallucinate. They will know. Sometimes they won't tell that they don't know that particular thing. Also, AI will have their own issues. They will have their own bias. For example, DeepSeek, it is an AI from China, right? It is a Chinese product. If you ask them, okay, I'm asking DeepSeek about Indo-China border issue, and they started writing, but immediately what comes is that, sorry, this is beyond my current scope. So everything related to India and China, they're not going to say anything about it. But if you ask about Russia and Ukraine, they might give you an answer. So these companies have their own holy cows, they have their own political vested interest, their own regional interest. So bias will always crop up. Right now, this, for example, China, DeepSeek is China. We know what kind of bias they will have, but there are biases that we don't know, biases that can occur at a very subtle level. So always cross check, always use our our intellect, our faculties to assess what the AI is giving, what AI is generating. Okay, back to Gamma. So there is another way we can use this paste in function. For example, I have a question bank where Joju sir, it is already 3.
Sir,
How long
sir,
can
you
I go?
can take up to 3:15, sir, please. Benedict
Okay,
sir will commence only at 3:15, sir. Thank you.
okay. Thank you. So we'll
Please,
go
sir.
for another
Thank
15 minutes. Okay, sir.
Please, sir.
So here I have a question bank where I have just arranged this is a question bank for my paper on photojournalism. So I have given a lot of questions. Randomly, I added some questions. This was the one which I shared to which I used to share to my students. So I have this question bank with me. So I have downloaded it as a PDF, or I can just select it and copy it. But since it's a very long text, I don't think they will support. What I will do is I will go back. There is an option to import file or URL. Okay, so you can either upload a file, you can upload PowerPoint. For example, if you already have done a PowerPoint presentation, and if you want to improve the design, what you can do is you can upload a file. Okay, then you might have Word documents, you will have PDFs. Okay, all those things you can upload. Then the another option is you can upload directly from Google Slides and Google Docs. Okay, for that you will have to give them access to your Google account. So that I personally don't recommend to you. You giving access to your Google account, but we all have given your Google account access to many applications right now. So this you have to do at your own risk. So but better you can download that particular word, Google Doc file, and then you can upload it. Okay, that will be better. Sorry. Yeah. Then also you can import from URLs. For example, you have a website, you can select the address of the website, URL, unique resource locator. You can select it, copy it, and you can add that URL to the this particular window, and then from that website or from that web page they will take content and create a presentation. So that is also useful for teachers. So first we'll try this by uploading a PDF. So I have downloaded this question bank. Okay, the presentation. You can also have web pages, documents, and social media pages also. You can also generate not just presentations, but it works well with presentations. Web page and documents and social media page, I don't think it is that good. Gamma is that good, but presentations it's fine. Okay. So here also we have the option on the left. You can see you can generate. Generate means the AI will create more content. What we are giving, they will include that content also. They will generate on their own also. Then there is contents. Contents means it is something in between preserve and generate. If you give preserve, the AI, the presentation software won't change anything. For example, you have a PPT ready, you just want to design the PPT, you can give the PPT and click on preserve. I hope you can see preserve. If you click preserve, the Gamma won't change any of the content, it will just design it for you. Okay, so generate contents and preserve, and then also you have brief, medium, and detail. For presentations, actually, brief is good. You have very short sentence on the presentations on the screen, and the rest you are going to deliver it. Yes, but sometimes for students, they will need the presentation later for their own reference. They will use it for studying purpose, for examination purpose. Then detail will be good. So you can choose brief, medium, and detail. This will, if you give detailed, your text will be in individual slides. There will be more text. If you give brief, only little text will be there. So that's how it goes. Output language, I recommend everyone to choose Indian or UK in order for our spellings to be in the right format. And images, you can either choose automatic or you will have only AI images. You can also have stock photos, original photos, high resolution photos from free stock applications. You also can have web images, but sometimes web images, they will have the watermark and the quality may not be up to mark. So you can leave that to automatic. Okay. And the presentation format, you need to select presentation and the traditional format for presenting in computer screens. Okay. And now we can also add the number of slides you can select here. So right now you can see I am not doing it card by card, I am doing it free form. If I want card by card, I can select the number of text, number of items that should come in one particular slide that I have already demonstrated. Now I am going for free form. So with the entire text, from the entire text, the AI will read the entire text and they will give me 20 cards. Okay, from the matter I have given. I have given a question bank of random questions. I have not sorted it by unit or anything. I have just given random questions around maybe 50 or almost around maybe 30. I don't know the number. There are around 30 or something, 50 or 50, around 30 questions. Okay. So 20 cards they are going to generate. So let's see what Gamma does. Okay, see what Gamma has done. I said that the question bank actually it was not sorted into modules or into units. It was, it was in a mixed situation. I had randomly I had added questions from different modules, different units. So, but what the AI has done it has brought together items which are similar, questions which are similar, and from that they have generated a presentation. Look, I had added a few about a few. Had given about 3 international photographers, pioneers in photojournalism. Questions were there, and they have taken all 3 items and they have given that into a single slide. Then I had details about exposure, depth of field, the basics of camera. I had different questions about camera lenses, different sessions, and they collected all those information and gave it to me as one single slide. Then camera types. I had different questions about different types of cameras. So basically, what I've done, they have given me a presentation on photojournalism, and they have managed to add photos also. You see, but these are not the original photos. For example, you can see Steve McCarra's Afghan girl. This is not the original photo. A has generated a similar photo and given me. I can change, of course, I can change the photo. I can get the actual photo, and I can also this one on Civil War photograph. It is not the original one. but they have given me a basic design. They have arranged the text. From this point on, I can edit, I can improve the presentation. The best part is that I don't have to design it. Usually design is something that used to take so much time. Now I can concentrate on the content, right? I can concentrate on my presentation, what I have to tell, what are things I can add, include. So I have more flexibility. My laborious work of doing the presentation, designing the presentation, is taken care of by Gamma. Okay. So that is how I work with Gamma. I hope things are clear. I'll just show one more thing. I don't have time for other applications, but I think this will be. It is better to make at least one point properly, right, in this limited time. So next we will try something like importing from a URL, okay, from a web page. So here I have a web page on Data Protection Act. So to implement the Data Protection Act, which 2013, last month the government brought out a data protection rules. They have drafted a rules and they will soon implement the Data Protection Act by implementing these rules. So this is a press release from Press Information Bureau. So I have this. So I had to add this new thing to my class. Okay, my class on data privacy and data issues in my online journalism class. I had to add this also. So what I did was I just copied the URL. I already have a presentation in my Google Slides. I'll show you how to incorporate it into that presentation. So added this URL. I gave import. And the AI Gamma will read all the details given in this particular web page. And based on that, they will give me a slide. Okay. So I want around, I think all these things can be included in 5 slides. Okay, let's make it 5 slides. So I will generate the slides. Okay. In my Google Slides, so I have a presentation on new media. I have around 34 slides. Okay. And somewhere around here, I will have data privacy laws in India. Okay. So here I have to add the new slides. So by the time I think the slides are ready, let's see. See, they are generating the slides. Even as they generate, I can start editing. Okay. Okay, I generated the slides. We are running out of time, so I'm showing it a little faster. Exporting it, and I export it to Google Slides. Okay, I select my icon and I export it to Google Slides. So it is there in the Google Slides. What I can do is I can do right now. This is my old lecture, old presentation, data privacy laws. I have to add a new input into that. So I already have a presentation on the the Data Protection Act. I have what the data protection. Okay, here I have to add the new input, new information that has come up in this January. They have come up with a new set of rules. I have to add those 5 things into this presentation. So from the 30th slide, I will add import slides. Here is my presentation. I can click on it. Digital personal data rules. I can include the slides. I don't want the first title slide. I'll select the other slides and then things title slides also I can include. Okay. Then I will give import. So see, from the 33rd slide, I have my new slides ready. Okay. Of course, what I always say is to edit it later. You'll have to edit it. Okay. You can make the editing. Okay. Always edit it, cross check always. You have to read the original material and quickly cross check whether all items have been incorporated, whether there are any factual errors. So always go for proofreading, always go for cross checking. Okay. Always check the original sources also. And of course you have to use your practical, your common sense, and your uh, you know your own ideas, your own sense, to ensure that the things, the presentation, what your AI had generated is without any bias and without any issues. Okay, I think with that I can conclude, sir. Sir, it is time. It is 3:15.
Thank you, sir. Anish sir, for that brilliant presentation. Uh, so we look forward to some more time-taking training from your side, sir, in future, as both of our colleges are connected in many ways with MOU and in different ways. And we are really indebted to you for your continued support and training programs that you are rendering over the years. And thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Joe, sir. Thank you.
There
Over
is
to
one
you, research
question.
scholars. Hello. Over to
There
you,
is one.
B.Ed scholars.
Jojo sir, I
Thank
think
you.
Benedict. Jojo sir, I think Benedict sir is asking one question.
There
Yeah.
was one participant is
Please, you
asking
can
a
answer
question
that.
whether Gamma is free of cost.
Sir, please answer that, Anish, sir.
Sir, I had already said at the beginning that it is not a free app. It can be used as a free application, but there will be limitations. You will get only limited slides, and the efficiency will also be limited. It is better to go for at least the plus version, which will cost around 600 rupees per month, and then the pro version, which will give you more efficiency and more speed and more flexibility. You'll have to pay at least 1,000 rupees. But what I advise, if you have issues with spending that much money, is to, for example, as teachers, at the beginning of the semester, you just have to purchase it for 1 month, and you can generate all the slides that you require for the entire semester, okay, or the entire year. And then you can use it later. You can use it as the free version also. So yes, it is both free, and also to better use it, you'll have to pay.
Sir, what about the paid one? Will it make a big difference, sir?
Sure, sir. Sure. I have tried the pro version also last month. When we were working on NAC presentations, we had bought the pro version, and it actually is very. There is a big difference in the pro version and the plus version, and also the free version. Free version is very. It is. I found it very no, not that much useful. The free version, you have to spend at least some money. At least the plus version, you have to buy it.
Thank you very much. Hello, friends. It's my pleasure duty to welcome our former principal, Professor Dr. Benedict K.Y., for the next presentation. I'm really sure that you have enjoyed the beautiful presentation by Anish sir, and you have given us hands-on training, some of the new AI apps and some of the latest developments. And Benedict sir got a new face to all of us, non face the education. And is about the director of PhD Curriculum Foundation, and is the vice president of Council for Teacher Education Kerala, former general secretary of All India Training College for Education Administration and Management, regional coordinator of United Nations Academic Impact Program, and many more. He was awarded with the Young Scientist Award, and He worked as the principal of Marketplace Training College and led the institution to higher levels. And now he is principal in one of the beautiful, prestigious colleges in Kozhikode, and is a NAC peer team expert and many things more. And he is an expert in research, and his PhDs are splendid and very scholarly. Dear Benedict sir, warm welcome to you, sir. And Benedict sir would be giving us some insights on qualitative research. Warm welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, whether I am audible?
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir. Perfect. Audio and video.
Okay,
Perfect.
shall I directly go to the presentation?
Please, sir. Please.
But unfortunately, my system doesn't permit me to share the PowerPoint.
Hello, Ansi teacher. Can you make Benedict sir co-host? Hello, Ansi teacher.
Sir,
Please make Benedict sir co-host. Sorry, sir. 1 second.
Is this a new feature of Google Meet?
No, sir. Actually, some malicious elements are intruding into the platforms and showing malicious videos, sir.
Okay, so that they won't permit. Okay. Now it is active. Okay.
That's why we are taking special care about these things these days.
Okay.
Meanwhile, dear friends, you can share the poster and the link with your colleagues and students, so that some of them would also join and benefit from this scholarly lecture. Thank you, sir. Thank you. PPT visible, sir. Your screen visible, sir.
Okay.
Visible, sir.
Title slide is okay now. Hello.
Your screen was visible. Your PPT is yet to appear.
But for me, it is appearing.
Sir. Okay. So once again, sir, try to share once again.
Okay. One minute, sir.
Sir, there's a query in the chat. Shall I answer that?
Yes.
Definitely, you can use Gamma PPT for seminar presentations. But if you, sir, the PPT is visible now.
Okay. You go for the question first.
It's really important that you prepare the PowerPoint and then copy it in Gamma and let Gamma do the beautification work, layout, and all those things. That is better. Otherwise, we would be getting a basic PPT only from Gamma. So we have to go for our own customized presentation. Then you can ask Gamma to assist your layout and all those things. Thank you very much. Over to you, Benedict sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, dear friends. At the beginning, I have to extend my congratulations and appreciation to Dr. George John and his team in making a timely intervention in implementing the ARIO International Conference at a crucial moment of changing the venue, taking the responsibility, and within a few days of time, the entire Martheopoulos Training College team has made it possible. And I also extend my appreciation to SRC, who is also offering collaboration for this program. And today, the title is not purely on qualitative research methods, but it is on a critical examination of trends, gaps, and future directions in educational research. And I hope that my presentation for the next 35 to 40 minutes of time may be a resume of all the previous presentations that has been done through this platform of this international seminar. And the topic selected, AI as a catalyst for transformative research, social inclusion, equity, and secular outlook, is a very appropriate title for the particular discussion, and a very needy topic in which we have to further explore many things because of the technological innovation which we may not be able to control properly. There may be a lot of negative impact also due to the advent of technology. Anyway, we will come to our presentation. How do we ensure that research in education is meaningful, credible, and impactful in shaping the future of teaching and learning? Educational research is the foundation for evidence-based policy making, effective pedagogy, and success of individual students. However, to make a real impact, educational research must be of high quality, and it must be equally sound ethically, and it must be rigorous in methodological provisions. Educational research refers to the systematic investigation of teaching methods, learning process, and educational systems to improve outcome for students and educators. As we know that most of the participants belong to the research faculty and research scholars, the educational research seek answers to critical questions like: number one, what teaching strategies enhance the student learning? How does technology impact student engagement and involvement of the student in the classroom teaching learning process? And what policies best suitable for the years to come? All these questions are being answered properly through rigorous, meaningful educational research. As we know that there may be educational research may be empirical or may be theoretical. What may be the style of educational research? It has its own valuable contribution for the field to practice. There are certain emerging trends, as you have heard in the previous presentations, that artificial intelligence and big data seems to influence the educational research in many unpredictable way. AI-driven tools can analyze vast educational data set, helping researchers identify learning patterns and personalize instruction, so that the time consumption for quantitative or either qualitative analysis of data will be made possible within a short span of time due to the availability of upcoming AI tools. And then another trend that we are discussing here is the interdisciplinarity. Nowadays, educational research doesn't confine to the boundaries of education or classroom alone or teaching and learning alone. More different other disciplines are being incorporated into the field of education. For example, it may overlap with the neurosciences, psychology, sociology, and development. As well as equity and inclusion is another emerging trend that is coming up in the field of education. Our portion of the same thing has been included in our title of the seminar. The Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD's Program for International Student Assessment. You might have heard about the abbreviation PISA, capital PISA. that is program for international student assessment. If the participants make a little note taking during the presentation, this kind of piece of information may be useful, not in the context of a presentation, but in the context of your general knowledge background in education. PISA means Program for International Student Assessment is a kind of huge project undertaken by Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. It has used large-scale global data to measure the student performances and to generate idea for new policies, in which the AI driven materials or tools has been used for this analysis. So these are the emerging trends. Number one, AI driven interdisciplinarity, and number three, equity and inclusion. So we are in this presentation, you will get lot of case studies also. Try to get initial understanding regarding the things. Due to the paucity of time, I may not be able to go elaborately, but I will give a quick glance of certain kinds of cases also that will give a new insight into your understanding. See, coming to the research gaps, there are different kinds of gaps that may be available or existing or we may face. Number one is the knowledge gap. A gap in the existing knowledge or understanding of a particular topic or phenomenon. So when we approach the process of data collection, or even in the preliminary case of literature searching or theoretical analysis, we have to fill the gap of knowledge, and there may be a theoretical gap, a gap in the theoretical understanding of conceptual framework of a particular topic or phenomenon. There may be a lot of methodological gap that you may find. That methodological gap that you may find will give an opportunity for you to embrace new approaches or to design new methodology in research practices. And there will be a lot of empirical gap, that is a gap in the empirical evidences, such as lack of proper previous studies or associated database to prove your hypothetical argument or your conclusion, or there may be a different kind of evidences that may be missing in the process of educational research. So when we are reorganizing our educational practices, these 5 types of research gaps must be addressed properly to get a coherent and a very sound picture regarding the outcome that you are going to bring out through the process of educational research. See, one case that I have to highlight to is the 2010 learning style myth. See, most of the 99% of the educators, classroom teachers, and even students, and even researchers with a high profile may have a particular kind of assumption, a myth that we call it as the learning style myth. We may say that the students have a particular kind of, even very recently, even in almost all the classes, in every academic year, we teacher educators may use this particular myth in every classroom situation. The students have, we may classify the students, and some of you may have a disagreement with me after this presentation when I present this case for you. That is, visual learners are there, auditory learners are there, kinesthetic learners are there. But in a 2010 comprehensive study by Pashler et al. In the Psychological Science in the Public Interest journal found that no scientific evidence to support the claim that learning styles improve learning outcome. So because why this particular kind of myth actually happens in the field of educational theoretical practices and educational research practices and in many of the presentations across the world, because of the lack of constant research on the field. Most of the educational research seems to be very highly context specific. We may define the field, we may define the particular context into a very minimal one, and based on the particular finding, we may have a tendency to generalize the finding on a universal base. That doesn't work. So that seems to be one of the deficiency of the current trend of educational research that is going on. So that we have to have sufficient data globally to come to such a kind of very attractive argumentative conclusions that the students follow the learning styles. There may be visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, like that. That's actually a myth. That's an eye-opening message for me too when I prepared this material for this presentation. See, so some of the challenges, now we'll come to the existing emerging challenges in the educational research. Number one, lack of replication studies. So because of the lack of replication studies, the learning style myth has existed for 30 years, 30 to 35 years in our educational practice, and even in every classroom we may have a particular direct or indirect reference regarding there may be auditory learners, there may be visual learners, and then there may be kinesthetic learners, and that has been practiced for the last 2 to 3 decades in our classroom system because there is lack of replication study. Many educational studies are highly context specific. Of course, it must be context specific. That should not be a negative outcome, negative quality of the research that we have. Vast collection of data from across the world is required. And then ethical concerns, privacy issues in students' data collection, because maybe due to the advancement of AI tools, there may be a chance for the data collection, especially data from the students' side. We have to have a lot of ethical concerns, and there may be chance for knowingly or unknowingly, there may be a chance for misuse and misinterpretation and out of context usage. And then the digital divide is another great concern that we have to discuss as a challenge in the field of educational research, especially those who are living in the marginalized location of the world, especially the third world or so-called poor countries. They even may not have sufficient living conditions for the country to provide to the people. Then how that particular advanced technological gadgets and tools could be made available for carrying out the research to have a policy for the future generation. So during the COVID time, we felt that the data connectivity to the students seems to be a problem, and we even to the Prime Minister's Man Ki Baat, we have represented that you have to provide, the rule must be there for every student in our country must be provided a minimum database free of cost by utilizing the CSR fund of the media giants as well as the data giants in the country. But there was no such movement. So the digital divide is a particular challenge. Pressure to publish. That's another, nowadays, thanks to the withdrawal of the UGC care system, which was under high fire from different, high-end firing from different corners. Every 6 months, they might have changed the list, so that create a lot of confusion. And there is a tendency to go for predatory journals by paying huge amount of money, substandard material without evidence. As well as there may be a different kind of bias in research that may happen due to the socio-economic, linguistic, cultural, and the religious and other kind of differences among the people. See the open. Let us come to another case study. The open science framework. It's better for the research scholars and those who are interested to have certain kind of general knowledge in educational research or in education. Just note it down. OSF, Open Science Framework, is a free open source platform that enhances transparency, collaboration, and reproducibility in research. And it is developed by the Center for Open Science, COS. It allows researchers to store, share, and manage data, pre-register studies, and track version changes. So OSF integrates with tools like GitHub and Dropbox. So this particular open science framework could be integrated with the already existing data sharing and content sharing user-friendly apps like GitHub and Dropbox, so that even a particular kind of topic that we are planning to conduct in the next 1 or 2 years, we can register that particular content so that authenticity as well as the copyright of that particular title that has been framed by a particular highly competent researcher, he or she may not have any financial support at present to continue the work, but he or she may wait for a fellowship, and the researcher can reinitiate the work after 6 months or 1 year. So that this particular open science framework will give an opportunity for the one particular group of researchers or individual researchers to pre-register their content in advance, so that no one else in the world can claim the same topic from another corner of the world. Another case is the UNESCO's Open Educational Research, OER. You might have heard about this title, OER, capital OER, Open Educational Resources
സ്ലൈഡ്സ് ചേഞ്ച്
Initiative.
ആവുന്നില്ല സാറേ. സാറേ സ്ലൈഡ്സ് ചേഞ്ച് ആവുന്നില്ല.
ഇപ്പൊ ഏത് സ്ലൈഡ് കിടക്കുന്നു? ടൈറ്റിൽ പറയാമോ?
ഒന്ന് ആ പ്രസന്റേഷൻ ഓഫ് ചെയ്തിട്ടേ ഒന്നും കൂടെ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്താൽ മതി, അന്നേരം അങ്ങ് വരും.
സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യട്ടെ പ്രസന്റേഷൻ.
പ്രസന്റേഷൻ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഒന്നും കൂടെ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി.
നോക്കട്ടെ. ശബ്ദം കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ?
ഉണ്ട് 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 ഉണ്ട്.
കേൾക്കാണാമോ? വിസിബിൾ ആണോ സാറേ? വിസിബിൾ ആണോ?
വിസിബിളാ സാറേ, വിസിബിളാ സാറേ.
So
Thank you, sir. Please
what I
continue.
have just mentioned is regarding the open science framework. The next case is UNESCO's Open Educational Resources, OER initiative. Please make a note of the title, Open Educational Resources Initiative. This is a kind of initiative undertaken by UNESCO which promote the creation, sharing, and use of freely accessible learning materials to enhance global education. It includes textbooks, courses, videos, and research available under open licenses, ensuring equity, inclusion, and lifelong learning. The title of our international conference is partially on inclusion, equity, and secular outlook, so that there are certain kind of free resources that are available for making the research findings, data collected, or whatever the material that we want to share or receive from others. There are certain kind of depositories like that of OER. We can increase our deposit into this particular kind of depositories. So what are the different strategies for enhancing research quality? Another area of the presentation. Number one, promoting open science and open data. That is the case that two cases that I have highlighted to illustrate my argument. The open educational resources. So promote open science and open data. Number one, encouraging cross-cultural studies for global perspective. Kindly note the spelling correction there, cross-cultural. Encouraging cross-cultural studies for global perspective. Number three, integration of artificial intelligence and big data seems to be promising as well as a challenging situation at the moment, and developing robust peer review mechanisms. That seems to be that in order to prevent the predatory type of publishing, many number of publishers publishing the same material in a different format in different journals by paying substantial amount of money of thousands of rupees. Like that, there may be a kind of tendency among the research scholars and guides that to get more popularity, they want to create lot of material. So, but that kind of double-blind peer review mechanisms must be seriously worked out by all the research organizations and institutes. Then addressing bias with inclusive research practices. These are the strategies that we have to adopt for enhancing research quality. And especially in the previous presentations, we have by Mr. Manish, we have seen that how this some of the selected AI tools could be practically operated with illustrations. So the next slide, I'm just to highlight a few particular points regarding the role of AI and big data in educational research. I titled it as applications on the left side and the challenges on the right side. You can go through the points and you can think more about the points in detail after my presentation. Predictive analysis for student success is possible by means of AI, and then automated assessment tools could be generated based on the prompt or the requirement.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you again. Your slide is not moving at all.
Or maybe due to the data. Let me try to. Kindly interfere and tell me at which point it's not visible. Is it visible now?
Sir, could you please put the slides into the presentation mode?
It's in the presentation mode. I'm doing presentation mode itself.
No, not in the Google, but in the presentation itself.
Sir, shall I share?
Is it visible now? Visible? Yes or no? Hello? Dr. Ansi?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Visible. Okay. Very good. So the point at which I stopped is the case of artificial intelligence in educational research. A number of applications like that, predictive analytics for student success. Is it visible, or shall I go to the full mode presentation, slideshow mode? Visible? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Visible, sir. Now it is visible.
Okay. Automated assessment tools could be generated. Then AI-powered literature reviews. Especially, you can use certain kind of popular apps which are available are Cite and Elicit, and then academic integrity monitoring could be possible by means of artificial intelligence tools, and curriculum optimization also could be possible by means of artificial intelligence in research. And there are a lot of possibilities are there. Actually, what are the different kinds of avenues that would be opened by the real application of artificial intelligence in the field of educational research in particular, that may we have to wait and see what would be the outcome that we are going to see in the future. There may be little other kind of challenges like that of ethical concerns regarding the decisions made by the artificial intelligence tools, what kind of impact that may have in the field of education, whether it is apt or not. Then there may be the need for human oversight. There must be somebody to give correct judicial control of the system. Otherwise, the findings as well as the application of the data may have a little kind of negative impact. Then interpretation and misuse of data is possible. Over reliance on automation, which may reduce human cognitive power, as well as there may be chance for bias in artificial intelligence models by different applications from different locations of the world. And then one particular case that I have to highlight here in order to get a clear understanding regarding the opportunities and challenges. The artificial intelligence driven adaptive learning system in Finland's education reform is one of the robust mechanism of how properly an artificial intelligence system would be integrated into the real working field. So Finland is known for its innovative education system where it has integrated artificial intelligence driven adaptive learning systems to personalize students' learning experiences. So, the World Economic Forum in 2022 says that this system analyze student progress in real time, adjusting content and difficulty level to suit individual needs. So, more highly automated, personalized material could be generated even for the material for classroom interaction, self-learning, even for assessment, examination, many different kind of applications could be possible. So this is a particular case that we have to study. Any one of the practicing educational researchers must go through this AI-driven adaptive learning system in Finland to make use of some kind of review in your ongoing research, so that you will get a little new insights how the latest technology is being actually practiced. This particular mechanism by Finland enhances engagement, retention, and equity, ensuring that learners receive tailored support, continuous need-based support. AI tools also help educators by providing data-driven insight for better decision making. So both the teachers and the students are being supported by this particular AI-driven learning system adopted in the Finland's education system. That seems to be a kind of success story in the entire world. And then integrity, there is one, I want to recall a comment by C.S. Lewis. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. So that seems to be a cardinal principle behind integrity. So what are the different kinds of ethics and integrity in educational research? I may recall that some of our earlier presentations also have touched this particular point, so that I'm not going to spend so much of time on this. I'll just go through the points. You can note it down and read accordingly. So informed consent in classrooms, the different kind of common ethical dilemmas are: number one, informed consent in classrooms research. That seems to be very important. Plagiarism and self-citation issues, data privacy laws, data manipulation and fabrication. Coming to the other ethical dilemmas, different kinds of conflict of interest may generate between the groups or the institutions or the countries that are involved in the process of large scale educational research, so that the AI technology that is being utilized may have its own kind of background control by the owner or the operator or the service provider, that may generate into conflict of interest that must be addressed. Questionable peer review practices, bias in research, and lack of diversity. These are some of the challenges, ethical issues that we may find in the field of education research when we shift our focus of attention of doing the research through the support of artificial intelligence. What are the different solutions possible? Whether the slides are changing or not? Hello?
Not changing, sir.
Not changing. Okay. Maybe due to certain data bandwidth problem. Is it changing now?
No, sir.
Okay. All time I have to go and stop sharing. Some kind of problem. Is it visible? Hello. Hello.
Sir, the screen ethics and integrity in education research is been saying now.
Okay, but I couldn't. Let me see. I couldn't read it out. Okay. Hello. Is it visible?
That slide is visible, sir. Ethics and
Okay.
integrity in educational research.
Okay. So the different solutions for the ethical issues that may prevail in the field of research when we are using AI tools. Number one, strengthening institutional review boards. So there must be an institutional review boards in every research institute, but actually in our ordinary practices, that kind of institutional review board or ethical board creation seems to be a paper exercise rather than there won't be any kind of functional dimension of that particular kind of exercise. But as and when we move more and more in the field of educational research using artificial intelligence, strengthening of institutional review boards or the research ethics board must be one of the mechanism by which you can keep the values, or we can keep the integrity of the educational research. Then implementing ethical research training programs for the educational research guides as well as the research scholars. Then promoting transparent data sharing process, then implementing transparent research protocols and that require a raw data sharing among practitioners. Mandatory COI disclosure in publications, strengthen double-blind peer reviewing process, use journal credibility checkers like DOAG or Retraction Watch, or encourage cross-cultural studies for a broader perspective. These are some of the solutions that we can implement or practice to rectify or reduce the unethical usage of artificial intelligence in the field of education, and to promote integrity and open research practices in the field of education. And then coming to the strengthening of the research methodologies, we have to have a moving from the traditional methods to mixed method research. Quantitative, qualitative, mixed method research seems to be one of the mechanisms by which we can depend in the modern time in 21st century education research. And we have to concentrate on PAR, participatory action research, where reflection, data collection, and action that aims to improve the practice in a particular field. And another innovative method that is being developed in the recent years is the design-based research, DBR, capital DBR, design-based research, a research approach that engages in iterative designs to develop knowledge that improves educational practices. What do you mean by iterative designs? Design-based research is a kind of research approach that is being developed and practiced in the field of education that engages in iterative designs to develop knowledge that improves educational practices. Anyone, do you have any idea regarding what you mean by iterative research? Respond to my question. Anyone? Any idea? Iterative research. What do you mean by an iterative research approach? Iterative approach means, anyone? Open your mic and respond.
Sir, it will provide new opportunities for innovations.
Okay. Iterative. Come on. Continue.
And so new opportunities for innovations such as chatbots, virtual assistants, etc., predictive and analytics, etc.
Okay, that may be the root, but actually the concept of iterative approach means it's a method of problem solving or decision making that involves repeating a series of steps in a cycle for a long period of time, so that we will get a desired outcome as and when it is formed. For example, like that, we you just take the case of extracting ghee from the curd, where we have to have a particular kind of extraction process, continuous extraction process for a long period, so that the butter will emerge on the top of the container. You can skim it out. Similarly, iterative approach is a method of problem solving or decision making process that involves repeatedly doing a series of steps in a cyclic manner for a long period of time until the desired outcome is obtained. Something like that, the minimum level of learning in our normal connotation that we are speaking in our classrooms, the minimum level of learning. So until a particular kind of 70% score is attained, that particular kind of method will be repeated and again and again. Similar is the case with the iterative approach in design-based research, is that a problem will be a kind of series of actions in a cyclic manner will be repeated for a long time, so that continuous improvement of the system is possible. In the beginning of my presentation, I have given an example of the learning style myth that we have believed for the last 30 years in our educational field, that lost its credibility due to the global support of evidences. But in this kind of design-based research, iterative approach is being practiced, so that we will get a sufficient data to prove the outcome, so that we can very safely generalize it universally. And design-based research is a systematic, iterative research approach aimed at improving educational practices through real-world interventions. Unlike traditional research, design-based research, or DBR, blends theory and practice by designing, testing, and refining educational innovations in authentic settings. The major key features of DBR, design-based research, is iterative cycles, collaboration, and it is also theory-driven. So this in improving the methodological dimensions of the ongoing research in field of education, mixing up of the qual mixed method research and more depending on the participatory action research, as well as adopting the newly designed or newly being practiced approach of the research methodology called DBR, design-based research. These are some of the suggestions that I can put forward to strengthen the research methodology. And then another case that I have fetched from net resources is Finland's phenomenon-based learning is a kind of design-based research. Phenomenon-based learning, which is abbreviated as PSBL in Finland, is an interdisciplinary, student-centered approach where learning revolves around real-world themes like phenomena rather than isolated subjects. So the curriculum practices based on real-world life situations. Students explore topics like climate change or technology, integrating knowledge from multiple disciplines through inquiry, collaboration, mutual collaboration, hands-on projects, so that a kind of subject-wise isolation is not there. The different multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary integration of subjects is possible. So the Finland's phenomenon-based learning is a kind of time-tested, established educational practice that is an example of the outcome of a design-based learning. Key features of this Finland's phenomenon-based learning approaches are interdisciplinarity and is inquiry-based, highly student-centric, and it is daily connected with real-world connections. So coming to some of the future guidelines, as the title of my presentation quotes, like that, some global best practices in education research is United Nations National Science Foundation funding model. Hope that the slide is visible to all.
സാറേ സ്ലൈഡ് മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ലെന്നാ തോന്നുന്നത്. കുഴപ്പമില്ല, സാറ് പോയിന്റ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി സാറേ.
Okay.
നമുക്ക്
Time
കാലിന് പേപ്പർ പ്രസന്റേഷൻ ആരംഭിക്കണം സാറേ.
Okay. 2 to 3 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
So the global best practices in education is number 1, United States National Science Foundation funding model, UCAS Research Excellence Framework model, Singapore's evidence-based educational policy approach model, Finland's trust in teachers as researchers approach model. Especially those who are trying for net in education, don't miss this particular titles. I will read it out. You can note it down. Even though the slide is not visible, you can note it down. The global best practices in education research support mechanism. Number 1, US National Science Foundation NSF funding model, UCAS Research Excellence Framework model, Singapore's evidence-based educational policy approach model, Finland's trust in teachers as a researcher approach model. See, the NEP 2020 highlights that we will increase the GDP from 3 to 6% in our country for education. There may be a lot of hurdles in a country like us, but the funding for the research, not only educational research or field of research, must be increased, so that there must be similar to all these international movements, there must be a transparent and vibrant mechanism of strong funding for research in all dimensions of learning must be increased in our country. So some policy recommendations and future directions. Number 1, strengthen the research policy nexus. So there must be, similar to the 1956 science policy of independent India, there must be a kind of research policy that is to be developed in our country after during the implementation of NEP 2020. There must be a special document for the research policy in the 21st century for India, and create international collaborative platforms, promote longitudinal studies for impact analysis, invest in artificial intelligence powered research tool for accuracy, build capacity for open access and inclusive research. These are some of the dimensions on which we can think about in terms of policy wise and practical meaningful approach wise. So the future of educational research depends on quality, ethics and innovation. And let me conclude my presentation with the quote from W.B. Yeats: education is not the filling up of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. So this particular session and the entire seminar series that you are participating might have given some kind of insight for you to ignite your thought regarding how we can improve the educational research. At least there must be a consensus that many of the good old practices that we are pampering in our educational practices are outdated, and we are on the verge of and threat of, or the challenge of, AI is going to take the driving seat. So what way we have made ourselves ready or not? That's a real question, $1 million question. So the future of educational research depends on quality, ethics and innovation. So all these deliberations and interactions, hope that the discussion that may follow of the presentation will throw some light into this particular field. I extend my sincere gratitude to the organizers, and especially I apologize for the some kind of problems in the presentations that has been made due to the technical features of data width or something like that. Thank you very much for your patient listening, and thank you very much for your presence in the class. Thank you.
Dear Benedict sir and all the participants, are really delighted at your presence here, Benedict sir. Thank you very much for enlightening us on new vistas of research and the points that we have to take care of in our research endeavor and research journey. And your insights and expertise definitely enlightened us, and we look forward to doing research in a more meticulous manner, producing outstanding PhDs. Lakshmi, thank you very much, Lakshmi, for your presence here. And Benedict sir, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Principal ma'am, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I
Sir,
would like
just let me give one just thanks to sir.
please.
Okay, sir. Can you give permission, sir, to give some thanks to Bendik, sir?
Please, please.
Okay. Good evening, distinguished dignitaries and dear teachers. As you all know, the world is undergoing rapid changes in the knowledge landscape, and teacher preparation is highly essential for professional development and for empowering teachers. And as you all know, AI tools, they have become increasingly important in various aspects of life for revolutionizing the way we work and learn and interact. And Bendik sir has given a good presentation regarding the details of how we can create new opportunities for innovations and for also for to enhance our decision making, and as well as for developing our creativity, enhancing our creativity and creating new opportunities. And let me take this opportunity to congratulate Martiophilus Training College and also Dr. Joju sir and also Bendik sir for having taken initiative to conduct this seminar and based on the theme artificial intelligence. And let me take this opportunity to convey my special thanks to Dr. Bendik sir for having presented the theme very systematically, organized with all the innovative points. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
So thank you, dear student, our former student and the principal of KUCTE.
Ariad. Presently working at Ariad, Alapura.
Okay. After becoming the principal of Ariad, you seems to be so senior and serious.
Thank you so much, sir. Former student of 90, university top scorer of 94-95 batch.
Okay. Very good.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Martiophilus Training College. Thank you so much, sir. I congratulate.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, dear delegates, now don't go away. Just wait for the instructions. Special thanks to Benedict sir. Let us share our love and gratitude to Benedict sir through our emojis. Hurry up, everyone. Then I would like to give you some pieces of instruction. Now we are going for 11 groups for presentations. If your name is not there in the 10 groups provided, don't be worried. Just give a message in our AI participants group. There is another 11th group. You will be added there. No problem at all. Then we will be having paper presentation for 1 hour, around 1 hour. Then you can rest for half an hour and we will commence our 6 p.m. AI training for 1 hour. Tangavelu sir from Madurai will be giving you AI training for 1 hour. And then from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we will be having our panel discussion on AI, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Then we will go for the concluding meeting from 8 o'clock. And we have one more pending program that we could not conduct here, and that will be conducted from tomorrow 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. One more training, AI training by Vimal Gerald sir. That's all for the time being. I want all the participants to join the main sessions, and you can join the different groups paper presentation if you like. You can join, but you have to join the 6 p.m. session. All of you are expected. Your presence in the Google form is marking your attendance as well. Swati, ma'am, any doubt, ma'am?
Sir, if possible, kindly share my presentation PPT
Please,
that I have shared to Ansi, so that you can share to the participants.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Make it available for everyone because
somebody asked for that. Somebody asked.
Not fully visible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Swati, ma'am, you want to tell something? Unmute and tell.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am participating from Uttarakhand, from Chamoli district. We are very close to Badrinath, where there has been a natural calamity a few days back. And I'm very happy that you are conducting a program on AI. And I think a lot of students will be benefited from this, and more research scholars also can learn how to use it effectively. So I'm very happy with the presentation from Dr. Benedict, and Dr. Jojo also has been working so hard for arranging, and I'm seeing this enthusiasm for the first time that people like you are working in the evenings and late nights and trying to arrange the lectures. I think it is very, very beneficial. I appreciate and extend my heartiest good wishes for the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, please type your phone number in the chat, or my phone number is there. Please send me a message so that we can collaborate in different ways.
I'm the head and dean over here, and it is like a very good interaction right from the it is like across the country. We are in the single line. You are from the southernmost part, and I am nearly from the northernmost part. So it is a very good interaction to see all the students also.
We'll get
so we are very happy.
We'll go forward.
Which is your department, madam?
I'm a teacher educator. I'm a head and dean of Sridev Suman Uttarakhand State University. We have nearly 154 colleges with us, private plus 74 government colleges.
Is it in Shimla?
No, it is in Uttarakhand, Chamoli district.
Ma'am, please type your name in the chat.
Okay, sure, I'll type.
So we can copy that and get connected with you.
Yeah, sure.
ഹലോ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ്, മോളിൽ ഓൾറെഡി ലിങ്ക് ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്കത് കോപ്പി ചെയ്തൊന്ന് താഴോട്ട് ഇടാവുന്നതാണ് കേട്ടോ. പ്ലീസ്, താങ്ക് യു. പത്ത് ഗ്രൂപ്പുകളല്ലേ ദീപ്തി ഉള്ളത്? ആ, 11ാമത്തെ ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ കുട്ടിയായിട്ടില്ലയോ?
Jojo sir.
Hello.
Sir, can we go for presentation, sir?
Sanila, you can join that room and you can start your presentation there, Sanila, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Encourage the paper presenters and encourage them to do more. Thank you. All the best. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.